What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Monday. I'm doing well myself, and I hope you had a very nice, relaxing weekend. Shout out to the Sister of the Awakened One for hipping me to this particular story right here, where they had this church in South Carolina that erupted in flames in Darlington County. Okay, totally destroyed. Okay, so-called black church. It's always, a shame when you hear about these churches and stuff like that, but, they get destroyed for whatever reason. I happen to know that a lot of churches out here has forgot the way of actually teaching what churches are supposed to be teaching, and that's the Most High's word. They've gotten embroiled in actually teaching traditions of men, basically their traditions, and to the point to where it gets to the point where you're no longer actually going to church to actually worship the Most High, but you are worshiping the pastor. You know what I mean? And the congregation never seems to have a problem with this. Then on top of that, to add insult to injury, they even add women pastors up there, and ain't no woman got no business standing in no pulpit teaching. Okay? And that's just what it is. Now, I want us to read this particular article right here, and then we're going to check out a video where they had a little memorial service on the lawn of the church grounds, and we're going to check out some particular pictures so you guys can actually see what was actually dancing in the fire, okay, that was caught in the pictures itself. So let's get into this article right here. As we know, it says here, church erupts in flames in Darlington County. Darlington County, South Carolina. A church erupts in flames just after 4 p.m. Saturday on Pocket Road in Darlington County, according to officials. The church is Pleasant Grove Baptist Church, according to Palomito Rural Fire Chief Tommy Spivey. Spivey says SLED has been called to investigate. See, this fire came out of nowhere and nobody actually knows what caused it. Okay, so from what they're saying, Sunday morning's church service will be held at 10 a.m. on the lawn at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church on Pocket Road in Darlington. Even though the physical building is gone, the church will continue to pull together with strong faith and determination of healing from the devastation. Please join us if you can, thanks, said the parishioner. Okay. Several community members shared pictures and videos with ABC 15 showing massive flames shooting from the church. The Darlington County Sheriff's Department is on scene along with Windy Hill, West Florence, Darlington City, and Hartsville City fire departments. Okay, and it looks like it was a terrible fire too. I mean, you guys will see, it actually destroyed the entire church. Okay, Darlington County's Historical Commission and Museum Director Brian Gandy shared the following message about the church fire on social media. What a sad day. It appears that Pleasant Grove Baptist Church may be a total loss. This congregation is one of the oldest organized African American churches in Darlington County and has a very rich history in the Back Swamp Pocket Road community. This church is made up of extremely strong members with a rock solid faith. This will be a blow, but with the members that I know at Pleasant Grove, they will rise above this and continue their legacy of serving God and their community. My prayers are with them. Okay, so let's check out this video right here where they had the little memorial service or whatever on the front grounds.
A historic church in the PD was destroyed in a large fire, but that didn't stop the congregation from joining together feet away from the debris this morning for service. Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in Darlington County sustained heavy damage after being fully engulfed in flames yesterday. News 13's Maddie Cottis-Body attended this morning's service as emotions ran high.
All that remains of Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in Darlington County are some bricks and debris. But the congregation says the spirit of the church is more than just the building. On Saturday afternoon, the building on Pocket Road caught on fire. The church was established in 1869 and the building was constructed in 1910. It is one of Darlington County's oldest Black congregations. The church's pastor, Reverend Eugene Thomas, says that when he heard there was a fire, he prayed it wasn't his church.
Headed out here, and when I got here and saw the shape that was already in, that the church was basically gone, I was just broken.
Once we pulled into the driveway, it was real. We felt it, and we just saw our building being totally destroyed.
The church initially planned to still have its Sunday service at a neighboring church, but the congregation felt they needed to be at their home.
Some of the members came to me and said, we want to be on our ground tomorrow. And I said, yes, that's it. That's perfect. That's where we need to be at this time.
Tents were erected and fans were passed out as the church worshipped on the lawn in front of the building. Leaders of surrounding churches and Representative Robert Williams was also in attendance to support the church. Reverend Thomas talked about community.
That's what I've seen through this, that the church is one thing and it's not a building, it's the people.
For congregant Tanika Reeves, that phrase has a different meaning than before.
You can have church anywhere, but today, having everyone show up for us, be here, and we, the church, was still together without the building.
The cause of the fire is still unknown at this time. Reverend Thomas says they already have plans to rebuild the church. In Darlington County, Maddie Cottis-Body, News 13.
So the pastor said that they will rebuild, okay? I think he should consult with the Most High before he do. Because I'm going to paraphrase and quote the scripture that says, when the Most High said he was dealing with Edom, he said, Edom will be impoverished or what have you, but they will rebuild. But the Most High himself says, but I will still yet throw down. Other words, he tearing it down. Whatever you rebuild, he's going to tear down like he tore it down in the first place. I don't know if that's going to be the same thing in this particular case right here, but nevertheless, they should consult with the Most High, because after all, it's a good chance that that's what the whole entire judgment on this church was about, to actually burn it down. Because like I said, a lot of Baptist churches are doing a lot of abominable things. I'm not saying that this church is actually doing it or what have you, but I have heard some things. But like I said, here it is. You know, the church is no longer standing. Now, I want to point out some things that I've seen in the fire here that the sister actually showed. I always point out stuff like this whenever I see it. You know, like for instance, you know, they had a lot of faces right here, like in this fire. You know what I mean? In this particular picture, you had one right here, and you had one right here. You know, strange looking creatures dangling around in the fire. You know, and then you got over here. See, this stuff they like to basically ignore, even if you show it to them. But this means a lot right here. It's no joke. But not to mention this creature up here. I don't know what it is, but nevertheless, right here, you got them like right here. This whole entire face right here, staring out this fire. Now, there's collaborations of other faces around it, like this one up here and over here to the left. Let me see if I can bring this one over right here. You may not be able to see it all that well, but because he's off to the corner, and it's like when you bring it in, it's still harder to see because it's so close. Let me see. May not be able to bring him in, but yeah, here he is right here. If you guys can see it, you know, this is not a joke, people. You know, the Most High, once he gives his angels, his spirits, or whatever, the decree to carry out a judgment, guess what's going to happen? It's going to happen. It's going down. without question. Okay, and that's just what it is. Go to the next one right here. Some of these right here happen to be circled, and you can just see, like this particular one right here, where he's got these funny looking cross eyes, like, you know what I mean, right there in the fire. You can see him. I wish I could have darkened some of these pictures, in that way you guys could have seen him even better. But over here to the left, you can see this long face. Just always follow the eyes, and you'll see him. And then you got this one right here. Very, very frightening looking creatures. Then you got this one up here in the fire. Okay, resting, not a problem. You know what I mean? Reminds me of what's that? Shishak, Rashak, and the Bendigo, whatever. Where I know I messed their names up. I ain't say it right, but where the man said, he lit that furnace in there 17 times hotter than what it was supposed to be, and he looked in there. He know they had put 3 men in there, but he looked in there, and in the fire, he saw the men standing, and was a 4th man standing with him, and they wasn't singed. They was just standing there. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff right here, it reminds me of that. Okay, these spirits right here is impervious to earthly fire. I said earthly fire, but there is still a fire that can destroy spirits, but it's otherworldly, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's basically what that all boils down to. But yeah, this should be a message. If Pleasant, anybody from that church see this video right here, y'all better start taking heed. The Most High ain't no joke. He ain't playing, and it's time to stop playing church. Okay, I'm not accusing you guys of actually playing church or whatever, but I know the way a lot of the Baptist church members do it. Y'all accept a lot of like abominable deeds going on. You accept things that the Most High will not accept, and you'll turn around and say, well, Jesus loved everybody, and the Mashiach, no, he does not, and neither does the Father Yahweh. They don't love everybody. Okay, and that's what it is. You can't have certain people up in your church pretending to be something that they ain't. If they was born one way and they come in there acting another way, y'all want to bring them in there and accept it and all that old kind of stuff, and that stuff ain't gonna fly. Not to mention the infidelities that's going on in church. Again, I'm making it clear. I'm not saying that this church was doing things like that. I'm not saying it. But I do know that a lot of churches get down like that. Okay? And that's what it is. When you got the pastor up here fooling with the deacon's wives, the deacon's fooling with the pastor wife, all kinds of stuff. Marrying 2 men getting married, 2 women getting married, and then you got, like I said, if you seen that video where they flashed her briefly, where you had a woman with the little priest collar on, like she's a pastor. Most I don't like that kind of stuff. He doesn't. So here it is. That's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular video right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions and views on it in the comment section. Let's see if you can comment. Try to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. These spirits in the fire and in the trees is very things I'll be talking about when I say live your life as though we're being watched. Okay? This is James, and I'm out. Peace.